Welcome to the Butterfly Light Warrior channel. I'm Shimmer and I'm an Indigo Starseed, and I'd like to invite you to connect in with the collective. I would like to invite family and tribe and like-minded and starseeds, rainbow warriors, crystals, light workers, empaths, all of our beautiful family to come together into this sacred, safe space that I'm here to create to help us to connect in with each other, to share truth, to share wisdoms, to hold space for one another, to hear one another, to learn from one another, to connect in deeper with our own selves, to feel understood, to feel seen, to feel valued for us and our sensitivities and our gifts, to help us to step deeper into our own gifts, our path, to have more confidence for who we are, our mission, who we came here to be and to remember. Namaste. My dear family, I send you all so much love. I radiate love and light and healing your way. How is everyone feeling? I'd love you to comment, connect in with me on Facebook at the Butterfly Light Warrior channel, and let me know how you're feeling. How is everything presenting for you at this time? It's huge. We are at such a pivotal point in ascension, in stepping into the golden age, the time where we are enlightening the darkness, sending so much truth and wisdom to be seen, and all of the inner work that's necessary for us to step deeper into ourselves, into our own personal power, into our path, into our missions. Just be here at this time is so huge. Just to be a human, the human experience, feeling all of the energy and being the sensitive ones that we are, how we feel it all so very intensely. And I'm here to provide so much love and support for all of the newly awakened ones starting out their journey. It's not easy. It's such a profound stepping into the unknown, a deep, deep place of surrender. And I really want to create this community where we are there for each other, where we know that there is a place to go to that is where we belong, where we know we belong. And I know that a lot of us would have had a journey, and having a journey that has possibly shown us a very different scenario, a very different reality where we don't feel like we belong, we don't feel like we fit into the norm. And I know you've probably heard the cliche before, but to remind you again, that is the whole purpose. We were never meant to fit in to the norm because we're here to do such a very special mission. And I'm just going to keep this a short introduction video, and I would like this channel to be about a lot of truth. I do a little introduction about myself. I am a mum. I have two beautiful little rainbow warrior star being boys, wild warriors. And so some of my journey, I will share what it's like in motherhood for me, being a starseed, being an empath. I'm an indigo child. I had a very, very huge awakening in 2016, and that will be another video that I will post. I'll go into deeper and share my story of my awakening, and I think it would be really, really beautiful and powerful to share stories of awakening with each other, because I have found a lot of the time great awakenings come at a very great time of darkness and grief. And if anyone follows tarot, it's a big tower moment. I have found the shaking up of anything that doesn't serve, and the falling away of all of the old, to a point where you almost feel like, or you have hit rock bottom and have nothing left of the old reality, the old path, the old story, and allowing for the light to come in, the truth, the wisdom, the newness, the dropping away of the ego, the death of the ego, the death and the rebirth. I am a Cancer sun, a Scorpio moon, and a Gemini ascendant. And I am very much through a big heart awakening journey, stepping into a very deep place within my heart. And through that comes a lot of pain, a lot of transmuting others' pain, especially through my generations and through my lineage, through my mother's lineage. And I'm sure a lot of you may or may not be aware of doing the same thing, a lot of breaking of cycles. And that is not an easy mission at all. And I have found that the work that I'm doing is following up the line and doing the clearing upwards. And through my Scorpio, I like to go deeper and deeper and deeper, and a lot of death and rebirth cycles, and the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's been very profound for me so far. And I am here stepping into this space because I have been gently nudged for quite a while to step into a space of sharing some truth and holding space for others, to the point that I've kind of been pushed a little bit more from my guides and my team, saying, come on, it's time. And I'm sure that a lot of you have been doing the same, and or are being gently nudged, if not, shaken up. It's time for us to step up a little bit more, get out of our comfort zones, work through the fear that comes up of stepping into the light, stepping into more of our power, more of our gifts. And for me, and I'm sure for a lot of you, that can also come from wanting to do so, but not in an ego way, because we can feel how that energy is conflicting. And so sometimes that can stop us from actually moving forward or stepping forward into, I suppose, the higher version of ourselves. And, the most powerful, most beautiful people don't know their worth. They don't know their true inner powers and their true great gifts. And that's, I suppose, the purpose as well, is because the more that we are going through these experiences and really learning some of these are really hard, hard way of in the muck, in the mud, and becoming, that lotus that is able to bloom and to thrive in the muddiest and darkest, most murkiest spaces, is because we are doing that from a place of true power within, and not a power that is associated with ego. Not saying ego in a dirty sense of the word, but in a place that is really coming from a space of love. And I am just in honor of everyone and your journeys and what we're all going through. And I just wanted to share a card that I've just pulled for all of us. And this is from the Starseed Oracle deck. And the card is the weight of the world. So I'm just going to read that for you all. So the weight of the world, boundaries, let it go. It's not yours to carry. And I'm sure that a lot of you will understand that journey of feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, and often we do, and often that's because of how deep our love goes, that we were able to come here with a lot of our sensitivities to be able to hold that amount of love and light for others, to the point that we feel others' pain and we want to make a difference, but sometimes we can become so overwhelmed and burdened by a lot of that energy. And so it's really important to be able to, as the cliche says, but again, very important, to put your own oxygen mask on first, and to make sure you're doing a lot of cleanses at this time. I've been saying a lot lately, it is just as important to do your spiritual hygiene, which I need to remember also myself, as it is your hygiene for your skin suit, for your physical vessel. So just as important as brushing your teeth is doing your spiritual hygiene. And that's another video that I would love to do, is, through my learning, but I'm learning to do my steps for my spiritual work, and spiritual cleansing is definitely a big one. And it's really important to do after you've been around other people, shopping centers, out in the world, really anywhere we go, we're absorbing energy. So it's also setting up your own protections. And yeah, I'll go into that deeper later. And so it's basically talking about running on empty and feeling bogged down by the weight of the world. And as it's a new moon coming up tomorrow in Scorpio, big transformative energy. I'm sure a lot of people are feeling this deeply. We just had the 1111 portal yesterday, so big gateways and a lot of lessons that are being presented for us to be able to step into the next chapter, stepping through the gateway into what we are going to be creating in the next cycle. And clearing, doing a lot of clearing, making sure you're protecting yourself energetically. The planet needs you to be healthy, both physically and energetically. And just be aware of all that you are absorbing at this time, because you are what you absorb. So whether it's shows that you're watching, things that you're reading, things you are tuning into and allowing your energy to go to that space and absorbing it, your environment, where you choose to spend a lot of your free time or your time. And, you know, as I'm sure a lot of you know, nature is so beneficial for our energy. Just spending time in nature with no electronics, just shutting off for the day, going and sitting on the grass, barefoot on the ground, hugging a tree, sitting by a tree, going to the beach, especially by water, going to a river or a lake or anywhere you can really just shut off and just be, is really important right now. Finding a nourishing practice such as meditation, soul inquiry, journaling. I love to do a lot of journaling. Helps you to really tune in to what's inside. Deep breathing. It's so incredible. People have talked to me about breathing for such a long time, and it's like, well, of course, you know, we just breathe every day. But once I've actually started practices in, you know, really deep breathing, moving energy through just by breathing, it's, you know, we don't have to spend hours doing online courses or listening to things to, you know, to learn how to move energy through. I mean, it's always beneficial to do healing in any ways, but, you know, we've just instantly got that to tap into. Grounding, making sure that you can help yourself go back into a state of grace and that your inner well is full. And you can face the day, the state of the world, and care for others, especially with everything that's going on out there, and finding a beautiful time and space to be able to rejuvenate and rest and let go of anything that is not yours to carry. So important for us. And look at this beautiful spirit. I'm sorry if this is in reverse at the moment. I'm not as tech savvy as I'd like to be, excuse me, just yet. So you can see her in this sparkly water, so spiritual cleansing baths with crystals and salts, and you can even do that in the shower, and just imagining that the water from the shower is coming from a crystal clear stream, a waterfall, just cleansing all of your energy, all of your chakras, asking that any energy that does not serve you from the highest space of love to be transmuted. Isn't that beautiful? And I also pulled a beautiful card from, this is the Blue Angel Oracle, and the card is fertility. And I thought that's very, very beautiful, considering we have this potent new moon coming up in Scorpio season. So a time of creation and of birthing. So it's a very fertile period to be able to birth something special, whether there's a project that you've been thinking on or working on that could be brewing in the ethers at the moment, finding the right space and time to be able to birth that through. And something I've found with myself is I like to find, you know, the perfect time or the right environment. And sometimes that time doesn't come. And sometimes you just have to just do it. Feel the fear and do it anyway. Push through, because a lot of the time, if it's something really important to you, you will feel the fears, you will feel the triggers, you will have part of your ego wanting you to stay safe and not step into this more expansive version of yourself. You will have aspects of yourself that may want you to stay in your comfort zone. So sometimes it's important to just do it anyway, to keep pushing through, push through that energy. and birth in the new, something that you're passionate about, that you love doing, even if it's the most simplest of things, you know, making art with leaves or flower petals, or you know, starting that journal that you wanted to do, or doing that dancing or that course you've been looking into, you know, some form of communication, you know, anything that's, you know, helping our throat chakras at this time, anything that you're really feeling is kind of brewing is a beautiful time to start birthing that through, grounding that into the present, into the physical. Whatever you now focus on, you create and you give birth to. You have tended and nourished the field. The earth is fertile and you will reap a great harvest from what is sown. It's such a beautiful time of manifestation, especially in the 11. It is such a magical magician gateway period of manifestation, a really powerful time for you to birth this through, to set the intentions and then take it those next steps. It's a time to reflect on life cycles and inherent wisdom of the death and the rebirth cycles. A time to honor our ancestors and all of the steps that they've taken to set us up for where we are now, to step into this great new age, you know, this new earth that we're all co-creating together. It is such a powerful and exciting time if we can start to feel that beyond the fear, beyond the illusion. It is a time to honor this sacred earth, and it's a time to honor yourself and how far you've come and how brave you are to have chosen to be here at this time. I honor you and I honor your path. As the new moon fills the night, so she, the earth, fills your dreams with light. Feel her in your heart, loving and supporting you. All is through her loving nature, and all is through your loving nature. Thank you, and I hope to see you again. Please like and subscribe to my channel, as they all say. And I would love to build this community together and to have some fun. And maybe we'll have some, you know, some dance parties and, you know, organize to have a, you know, Starseed meetups, and co-create something magical together. Thank you, and peace. Peace to all of you, peace in your hearts and peace on your journey and peace on your day. I'm sending you so much love. Take care.